Hello friends, welcome to another session of IFRS, specially prepared for 5th semester BCom. I have made a sincere attempt to compile very important 2 marks questions for your coming example. To start with, what is subsidiary? This has appeared in 2018. Subsidiary is an entity that is controlled by another entity. Now, the question that naturally arises is what is control? Control means that the parent company can govern the financial and operating policies of its subsidiaries, and in turn, it gains benefits from the operations of subsidiary. Moving on to the second question, what do you mean by related party disclosure? This has again appeared in 2018, a very important question. Probably this has appeared more than thrice in past 5 years. Before going forward, it is very important to know what is related party. I'll just take few minutes to explain this. Related party are director or his or her relative, key managerial personnel or his or her relative. Third one, a firm in which a director, manager, or his or her relative is a partner. Private limited company in which a director or manager or his or her relative is a member or director. Now, having explained it, let's come back to the main question and be specific. What do you mean by related party disclosure? The emphasis is more on related party disclosure. So, if an entity has transaction with the related party, the one which I mentioned earlier, during the financial year, then it shall disclose the nature of such transaction and also all the details such as amount, outstanding balances, including commitments, provision for doubtful debts, and the expense recognized in respect of bad and doubtful debts. Let's move on to the third question. What do you mean by unrealized profit? Unrealized profits arise when one group company sells goods to another group company and those goods have not been sold on externally by the end of the year. They are therefore known as unrealized profits held in inventory. If the goods sold at a profit by the subsidiary company remain unsold at the end of the financial year, the profit charged by the company on unsold goods remain unrealized. This is called as unrealized profit. Going forward to the next question. Write any two demerits of IFRS. The first one being, it would increase the cost of implementation for small businesses. And second, it would increase the amount of work placed on accountants. The noteworthy disadvantage of IFRS is it's quite complex and costly, and more particularly small and medium businesses will be greatly hit by the large transition in cost. Secondly, and in all practical senses, it will increase the quantum of work placed on the accountants. Let's move on to the next question. List the items included in the shareholders fund. The following items are included in the shareholders fund, that is issued share capital, reserves and surplus. Third one, money received against share warrants. I'm pretty sure that all of you would have solved enough problems on drawing of balance sheet as per Schedule 3 of the Companies Act, which makes it amply clear as to what shareholder fund consists of. It predominantly consists of issued share capital, reserves and surplus, money received against share warrants. Going to the sixth question, a very simple question, but a very important question which has repeatedly occurred in your previous paper. What is cost of sales? Cost of goods sold refers to the direct cost of producing the goods sold. It excludes indirect expenses such as distribution cost and sales cost. Cost of goods sold is also referred to as cost of sales. The various cost of sales that fall in general category are much more explained in costing is direct labor, direct material, and overhead. Let's move on to the next question, the seventh one. How do you treat pre-acquisition profit or loss? Appeared in 2017. Accumulated profits and reserves which appear in the balance sheet of the subsidiary company up to the date of acquisition of its shares by the holding company are called pre-acquisition profits and reserves. Basically, pre-acquisition profit is the profit earned by the company before it is being acquired. It is treated as capital profit and not revenue profit. And most important point to be noted is it is not available for the distribution of dividend. Moving forward to the eighth one, a very basic question, yet a very important one. What is EPS? EPS, that is earnings per share, is a financial ratio that provides information regarding earnings available on each equity share held in a company. This ratio acts as an important financial tool to improve the comparability between two or more companies as well as between two or more accounting periods. Well, friends, there are two types of EPS which are reported by the enterprise on the statement of profit and loss account, that is basic EPS and diluted EPS. Let's move on to the next question, that is ninth one. Mention any 4 examples of intangible assets. An intangible asset is an asset that is not physical in nature. Goodwill and brand recognition and intellectual property such as patents, trademarks, copyrights are all intangible assets. To sum it up, we can divide intangible assets into 2 categories, intellectual property and goodwill. Intellectual property is something we create with our mind. The best example to explain intellectual property will be design. Well, thank you, friends. If you have liked this video, I kindly request you to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.